Hallo zusammen. Hello together. Hello everybody. We will start in a few minutes. So I welcome you to sit down. Hi. So, I see some people coming here inside. Hello everybody, and welcome to the KI AI RISE 2023. I am Cansu Çak, and I have been working here since March. Before that, I was a scientist in a hospital, and I was working on a software, on an AI software. And we had lots of AI experts there. And I was sure we had the potential to build a great company. But we had no idea how to get investment, we had no idea how to get customers, and we had no idea how to build and manage a startup. If only we had known about the KI Garage. So, well, I know now, I do know now, and I'm here today. I have the honor to guide you through the event tonight, and I hope you will enjoy it. We are broadcasting live from the Witzemann in Stuttgart, and it's so lovely how many people are here and as well online to see the best of the best. The most promising AI startups from Baden-Württemberg here at the AI RISE from the KI Garage. So, what we will do tonight, we will start with a warm welcome by the KI Garage program owner, the Baden-Württemberg Stiftung, represented by Dr. Andreas Weber. He is from the Foundation's Education Department. Then it will be time to have a look at our team's journey to the demo day. After that, the main acts will take place. The 7 AI startups will pitch in front of you all and our jury. And they will show us how huge progress they made in the last 9 weeks. After the 4th pitch and after the last pitch, we will have 2 short breaks. There you have time to network, you can enjoy the drinks and some food, and you can listen to our fantastic musicians, Holger Blöß and Stefan Vossack. Yes. And in the end, there will be one winner who takes home glory and honor. Glory and honor from a program where you can be part of an ecosystem where AI experts or expertise meets business spirit. We are the KI Garage. We are a program of the Baden-Württemberg Stiftung, and we are working in 3 key locations. Caroline Bishop and Patrick Wiedmann are working from Karlsruhe. Thomas Hipp, he is not here today, but he is our colleague from Mannheim. And I am Cansu Çak, I am working from Heidelberg. So, we will open the event up now with some few words of Dr. Andreas Weber. He is department head at the foundation, And big applause for Dr. Andreas Weber, please.
Cansu Chuck, thank you for your nice introduction. Dear finalists, dear jury, dear coaches, guests in Stuttgart and online participants, dear ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Foundation Baden-Württemberg Stiftung, I welcome you warmly to the AI RISE Demo Day of the KI Garage 2023. The Baden-Württemberg Stiftung is one of the large non-profit organizations in Germany, with a yearly budget of around 40 million euro focusing on research, education, society and culture. About 6 months ago, we held the final of the Network Accelerator. 12 teams have spent 3 hard-working months developing the AI ideas into sustainable business models. We have seen the best of best and were part of a demo day with outstanding pitches. I remember, for example, Semanux and MiFi and Celekohr. Which developed a tool that uses AI to automatically create technical plans, complete and output them in the most common formats, the winner of the Network Accelerator, which will also be on stage today as a competing startup. Today, I would like to welcome you to the demo day of the KI Garage second qualification program, the AI RISE. With this program, we want to further strengthen startups that fulfill the criterion of having first paying customers. We support them by providing intensive coaching and regular meetings with customers and investors in order to place their business models effectively on the market. Our vision is to grow a huge AI network that consists of relevant players from the AI sector in Baden-Württemberg and beyond. A vibrant network which is continuously expanding. At the same time, we aim to raise the public awareness on the topic of artificial intelligence. Our goal is to close the gap between research and the implementation of products by educating and qualifying startups through specific training sessions to facilitate the emergence of real businesses. Therefore, I welcome the 7 teams at the AI RISE program who have shown an immense amount of courage, tackled many challenges, and worked hard for their business ideas. We want to honor their continuous efforts and endurance of the past 3 months. I wish now the finalists all the best for the pitches, as well as for their future journey. I am very confident that not only the state of Baden-Württemberg, but also Germany will benefit from their AI developments and startups. With this in mind, I wish all participants an amazing night. Please enjoy the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Weber. As a result of this innovative path that Baden-Württemberg Stiftung and KI Garage especially started, we can see kind of an outcome in all of our startups today. So, speaking of the startups, today we will see our magnificent 7. All of them put AI in the center of everything they do, and all of them already have traction and financing. But each of them are in a different stage regarding customers, investors, and funding. That's why we create the AI RISE program, where startups can get one-on-one coaching, one-on-one investor meetings, and one-on-one mentoring. The program has started in April with our kickoff event. There, The startups pitched, had one-on-ones with our teams, and we set goals for the program. With that goal set, they were ready to meet their trainers in one-on-ones. Dima was your first trainer and coached the startups in operational excellence. The second week, Jonas Braun helped the team in customer pitching. He is a sales pro, and the feedback after his session was so impressive that some of the teams will continue the training with him. The startups then had sales funnel coaching with Manuel Hartmann, and that prepared the startups for the speed dating with potential customers. This was followed by growth strategy coaching with Arndt Schweiger and investor marketing coaching with Marc-Alexander Kühn. The pitch training with Bianca prepared the teams for the pitchings today and for the 2 speed datings with the investors. So the teams got to meet investors, got to meet customers, and they learned skills to succeed in our program and in the future. I had the chance to organize the online event with the investors, and I had the pleasure to set up the dates with the support of my team. We had 12 AI startups, met 18 VCs in 16 dates. At our demo day, the teams have the choice to pitch in front of in front of investors as well, and in front of our jury. Our last year's jury were so impressed that 2 of them are still part of the KI Garage network. This time as mentors, and they worked with our teams during the whole program. That was Axel Teubert. He is head of startups at Google, and Corinna Apachite. She's program head for AI and data at Continental. Each team had their own or their own mentor and were guided through the whole process. These are some of our mentors of the AI RISE program 2023. So I want to say thank you. Through your experience and support, the teams get new perspectives on process, problems, and solutions. And now we come to a moment you all have been waiting for. 7 teams were selected to present their AI businesses. Every team will have a 5-minute pitch and a 5-minute Q&A with our jury. After the 7 pitches, the jury will decide which of the teams performed the best today. The criteria are based on problem solution, business model, marketing, technology, and so on. By the end of the evening, the 3rd place will win 1,000 euros, the 2nd 2,000, and the 1st place and overall winner of the KI Garage AI RISE program 2023 will win 4,000 euros. To make the decision, we will come to our jury. So, ladies first, I will start with Stefanie Bade. Stefanie Bade is a local manager for the German AI Association Baden-Württemberg. She's head of community and in close contact with the AI entrepreneurs. With her expertise in management consulting, she has an eye for scaling and strategy. Today, we have the pleasure to welcome you to our jury. A round of applause for Stefanie, please. So, the second jury is Alexi. He is an investment manager in deep tech VC Lea Partners. Before that, he worked in business intelligence at a startup and mid-market company. Alexi studied business information systems and holds a Master of Arts in controlling finance and accounting. Thank you, Alexi, for being here. Last but not least, our third jury member, Matthias Landhäuser. Matthias is the CEO and founder of Things Thinking. Things Thinking has developed the AI Samantha. He has been involved in AI and software engineering since 15 years. As a founder and AI expert, he rounds around our jury. Applause for Matthias Landhäuser. So, the time has come to see our main acts and our startup pitches. Aurivus is the first startup, and we will see Stefan. He is CEO and founder of Aurivus. He will talk about Scan-to-BIM AI. The stage is yours.
Thank you. Three years ago, I quit my job at Daimler as a machine learning engineer to bring AI from autonomous driving to construction and building industry. The problem we tackle is that no plants exist of existing conditions, not even at nuclear power plants. And don't try to ask the German rail company Deutsche Bahn for plants. But you need the plants for planning, of course, but also for evaluation, assessment, or just to count the objects, for example, for destruction, count pipes in a nuclear power plant. There are no plants, but I will tell you a lie. You just need a laser scanner. That's the lie that the laser scanning manufacturers tell you. You will get a beautiful 3D scan, a beautiful point cloud, but no information to get all these numbers you need, all this information you need. The truth is, you need to send it to engineers and architects for manual work. It's actually a €5 billion market to draw point clouds, to do Malen nach Zahlen. And then you get a CAD model, which you need to extend by the features your expert knowledge tells you. Of course, this is way too expensive. It's time-consuming. The solution we propose is send it to our AI, a scalable cloud service where you can upload your point cloud. You get a neural network that finds all the objects, the pipes, the fittings, the valves, the windows, the doors, the walls, everything. Much faster, much cheaper. And you get all the insights you need for most of these tasks. Of course, the actual workflow goes for CAD models. That's why we have an MEP with that version, and we already have 1,600 users using that. And these users send us love letters because we make their job so much easier. For example, architecture. Let's assume you would like to draw windows, right? You can either draw hundreds of windows manually, or you ask our AI, which identified all the windows with the width and the height, every window as a single window. You just select them all, and with one click, you can replace all windows by CAD windows or BIM windows. Yeah. Of course, it's not only working with windows. Yeah, the neural network here identifies all the objects in the point cloud, which is usually dumb, but we can have the doors or here the stairways. You can sort these objects, you can count these objects, you can move them around because we know everything. And this is very important for the next use case, nuclear power plant destruction. €2 million for modeling a nuclear power plant is just way too expensive. That's why the alternative is sending a person to count, to estimate the masses. And that's what they did. And a person estimated 6 tons of steel, but a few weeks later for the decontamination, it turned out it was 20, 3 times more. And that leads the decontamination process to collapse. So how should they now deal with a budget of €200 million for destructing the power plant? And here comes our AI. We can very certainly and very accurate measure the parts which are destructed, and so you know at which day, at which week, what you have to decontaminate. What I also would like to point out, our neural network learns fast. We won a competition for Deutsche Bahn, and we trained the neural network to cope with railway infrastructure in just 2 days. Yeah, with our technology, that's possible. Usually, it takes years for that. Yeah, summarize Aurivus. Martin and I were the two founders. We built a beautiful team of 10 people. Now they have AI mindset, and with that mindset, we established a platform where we grow at the moment 20 new users per week. These users can decide for pay-per-use or annual license, and soon we will reach our first 100,000 euro revenue. We received 3 million funding, and the big players in the market, they all need to talk to us because our AI is unique, either about partnership or strategic partnership. And as I already said, our customers send us love letters, usually on the weekend when they need to finish their work, and we made some great progress here. So, what you should remember, it's highly scalable, it's unique, there are fantastic exit opportunities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stefan. So now it's time for the Q&A. You can grab the mics and ask your questions.
Hi, thanks for the pitch. I have one question in regards to the scanning. So, can you talk us a little bit about through the process of how other people actually scanning their plans? Who is doing that? Is that you have thought about this, right? Is this part of your service model?
No, we don't do the scanning. We just do the software. There are many very innovative companies, hardware companies, doing the scanning. They have even autonomous robots packed with a laser scanner walking through a site to do the scanning. So this part is very innovative. But to get to the information you need, there's a huge gap of innovation.
Cool, thanks. And maybe just a second question. The data that you generate or that you analyze and segment looks still a little bit choppy, right? So you have some data leaks or missing pieces. How important is data quality for the use cases? Do you need to run like inference to fill out the leaks, or what's the problem there?
Well, if you see sometimes holes, for example, in pipes, this is usually due to, for example, if you don't see it because it's occluded. And our neural network can estimate the length and the diameter of the pipe, although there are holes in it. Yeah. So this is one answer. The second answer is for construction. Sometimes it's important in a centimeter range for the precision. And for destruction, if it's 20% correct, it's already a good thing, because as I said, the current estimates are way off, right? So 20% accuracy is already a dream. Yeah, and we are way over that.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Could you give us a little bit of insight about the market and financials? Because I saw that you reduce the price tag from 20 million to 200,000.
This was the example for the nuclear power plant.
Yeah, but you charge €1,000 per seat, roughly. How does that?
No, we don't charge €1,000 per seat. We have two options: pay-per-use, which is based on square meters, right? So you pay 25 cents per square meter for architecture, and if it gets more, if you buy more, so it gets down until 10 cents per square meter. But for nuclear power plants, it's a different model. So we have three models: architecture, MEP, which is for buildings, technology, and we have plant. And in the plant, we charge about €1 per square meter. Which is cheap compared to the effort to model it. But we also have annual licenses where people can just buy a flat rate, for example.
Thank you.
Maybe about the split pay-per-use versus annual, and then corresponding to different customers, maybe having different needs in terms of getting them to spend recurringly versus project-based. Can you give us some context around that? Because obviously deconstruction is one project, right?
Yeah. So this is based on who we are addressing, right? So if you are addressing the persons who are at the moment doing the drawing work, they charge to their customer on a project base. So for them, it's convenient to also have it on a project base and count by square meter. For bigger companies who have more throughput, they don't think in seats and so on, but unfortunately, it's so that many people work together on anything, and there are also many subcontractors. So that's why we decided to make an annual license, which is not per seat; it's just per project. So you estimate the number of projects you do per year, and then you get an annual price for that. Yeah.
So, one tiny question, or
maybe let me add something on that.
Okay, I like that.
And also, what's the split of your current users on pay-per-use versus project? Would be interesting.
Yeah, it's we have more pay-per-use users, but we have the high. Of course, the bigger tickets are for some bigger companies who have the annual licenses. Yeah, and what we aim for, of course, is a product-led growth platform. Which we call a reality capture intelligence platform, where every user can, whenever he needs or she needs, update the statistics of the data.
Okay, really nice. The time is over. Thank you, Stefan.
Thank you.
We will see you later during the drinks. So the next startup is OPTOCYCLE. Lars, a founder and CTO from OPTOCYCLE, will pitch today. OPTOCYCLE has nothing to do with bicycles. It has something to do with recycling. And now, it's your turn.
Thank you very much. Okay, welcome. I'm here to introduce our company OPTOCYCLE to you. At OPTOCYCLE, we are developing a technology that allows better reuse of mineral waste materials from construction and demolition waste. Let me give you some background on that. In Germany alone, we're dealing with 88 million tons of construction demolition waste annually. And it turns out there's very little information on that material. And this leads to a lack of information, and this leads to a waste of resources at the end of the day. I know this needs some explanation, so let me do that. Imagine we're demolishing a building, and what we're going to end up with is a pile of brick, dirt, maybe some concrete, and now we need to send this material somewhere. And usually we have a few different options. That's for once, these are different sites, and what you need to understand is these sites have different processes of dealing with different types of materials. So naturally, they assign different value to the same material, depending on what material we deliver. But since we don't really know what material we have on our truck, we're just going to send it somewhere. And what might happen is that they can't deal with our material, and at the end of the day, send us off or send the material off to some other place. This is, in the worst case, it's just a mine rebuild or a landfill. And so we just lost the value of our material. We lost the economic value, but we also lost the value that's in the material as a construction material. So we don't want that. What if we just were smart about how we route this material? If we knew from the beginning what our material was and what's the composition of it, we would be able to send it to the optimal place. And they can actually extract with their processes on site the most value from it. And this is why they assign the most value from it. And extracting value in this scenario means being able to reuse the material in another construction. So how does it all work? As you might have guessed from the name, OPTOCYCLE, we're dealing with optical systems. So like we're capturing, as a first step, we're capturing optical signatures of the material. Then we use AI to recognize different materials from this optical signature, and we then provide the result as data to be put to use in the field. And this is the example, the image I'm showing is the example that I just gave you for when we're having a demolition site, but we can also adapt this process to different plants, to like internal routing of material streams in treatment plants. And where we're at, we've built a network of supporters and first and foremost of companies that are really dealing with construction demolition waste on a daily basis. This is super valuable information for us, obviously, having partners that really know the internal workings of those markets. And complementing that, we've got a technology network. First and foremost to mention, InvestBW allowed us to enter into a project with the University of Tübingen. And this is the project that we're using to develop our core technology. And since I'm the CTO and I'm dealing with the technology on a daily basis, I'm not going to spare you of the details of that. So like right now, this is basically my screensaver every day. I'm looking at a lot of pictures of trucks, which I'm doing because we are really want to nail the process of acquiring these optical signatures. And from these images, we're building a data set of images or optical signatures. We're building a data set that we're using to train the first AI models that allow us to really decompose those heaps of material, and extract information. And this really puts us right on track with our roadmap, which calls for a working prototype by the end of 2024. And which allows us to enter a thorough validation phase for another year. And by the end of 2025, we want to really roll this out as a product on a big scale. And I think we're at time. Thank you.
Perfect in time, Lars. Perfect in time. So time for the Q&A. Stefanie?
Yeah, what I'm interested in from the last slides, I understood that you're currently working on gathering some data and also on your model. Can you please tell us a bit more about how you gather the data, where are you getting your data from? And also you showed some pictures with the infrastructure, with cameras on top of a transport. Can you please also tell us whether you are also thinking about to invest into infrastructure as well?
Okay, so right now we're running paid prototype projects. So basically the images I was showing you, these truck images, are gathered at one of our partners where we're running a paid prototype where the first system is really in the field. This is a preliminary camera system that allows us to gather first data and really get good at I could talk for hours about the problems you're having when trucks drive under your camera. So this is really gathering data in the field with all the problems that we're having there. And yeah, we do plan on investing into infrastructure. We do need hardware on site, if that answers the question.
Thank you. I have a follow-up question on that. Is there a difference, let's say, coming from the date of the usual building, of the used building, or the region? So do we have different materials in Germany or in the US or in Asia? And do you have to train a new model for, if this is the case, for the different regions or time spans where these buildings have been built in the beginning?
We do expect some fluctuation in that. For example, I'm from the northern part of Germany, and we do build a lot of buildings in brick there. So like that's going to be a difference. But from the approaches we're having, I do not expect to have different models for different regions. We're going to have different compositions of the materials that we're dealing with, but our model adapts to that.
Okay, but you do need training data from the different regions.
Yes, of course.
Do you have a plan for that, or is that already built in?
So like our first prototype now is in Hessen, in Lanau. And the second one is going to be in Kirchheim, and we are talking, like right now, my colleague is in Hamburg to procure additional deals. So like we're trying to at least span Germany to gather data.
Okay, thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about like what, I don't know if I missed it on the presentation, like how much value you can extract from like 1 ton scanned or something like that, how you actually price it to the customer?
Yeah, we're targeting a price. We want to earn money from every ton we've scanned. So like we're planning on we're targeting a price of €1 per ton we've scanned, and this is quite reasonable if like the value of a ton of material varies between 5 and 30 euros easily, depending on what specific type of material you're dealing with. So like we've got huge spans, and this is where we can narrow the range of fluctuation for that price.
Cool. And then can you talk a little bit about your team? How are you set up? What's kind of like your background?
Exactly. My background is in IT, obviously, in IT and electrical engineering. And my partner, I'm sorry, I've skipped the team slide. But my partner is Max. His background is in economics. And beyond that, we've got 2 working students employed right now. We've got another 2 people, postdoctorates, working at the university in like under the lead of the university, obviously, and then we've got a range of supporters in our founding team, which is a professor from the university, which is a CEO of a big recycling company in Germany for construction demolition waste, and yeah.
So then, do you need someone as like a vision AI specialist, or is that you?
That's me currently. That's me currently. Really, my background is in video and image processing and in AI, just from a university standpoint. So, like, we do plan on putting someone with that exact focus in our team. Actually, that's planned for the end of the year.
So thank you very much for showing us.
Okay.
Thank you very much for showing us such a sustainable future.
Thank you as well.
Yeah. And the next startup is PraxisConcierge. Simon, he's founder here from Stuttgart, and he will show us a way how to save time or how to not waste our time anymore. Simon, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Okay. Yeah, time is our most precious resource, and we can do something about it. But for now, I'll take 5 minutes of your time. So you're all too familiar with that situation. You call your clinic, your doctor for an appointment or a quick clarification, and nobody answers. Like line busy, endless waiting queue, or it's just lunchtime. With a bit of luck, you can leave your request on the answering machine. Follow up, uncertain. This is a pain for you as a patient, but as well, it's a pain for the clinic, because the phone adds immensely to the stress at the clinic reception, where everything needs to happen at the same time. So actually, many first-time patients are lost to the clinic. Like out of 3, 2 just give up calling. Many clinics offer online booking, but who wants to install yet another app or forget yet another password? So I'm Simon, and I've started PraxisConcierge so that doctors need not worry about admin stuff, routine communication, but what really counts, the personal contact with the patient. In the last 3 years, we have brought to the market basically 3 solutions. Our main product is the concierge for incoming calls. So you call the clinic, the call is immediately accepted, and you choose your request. Urgent requests, emergency, are passed on to the clinic. Non-urgent requests, prescription requests, appointment scheduling is recorded and then displayed to the team in the clinic in a structured way. That's what you see here. And you see as well, it's a transcription of the call. calls can be answered by email or SMS, and they are integrated into the clinic software. So in a small clinic, we see about 100 to 150 requests daily, and they are processed by the clinic team within usually 1 or 2 hours. So immense saving of the time of the personnel as well. As well, we offer outgoing notifications for appointment reminders, as well with emails, SMS, or automatic personalized calls, and online forms for patient communication over the clinic homepage, as well integrated into the clinic website on a monthly subscription basis to the clinics. As you know, healthcare industry is a huge market in Germany, yearly sales of 100 billion euros, out of which half of those are generated in about 3,000 clinics and 3,000 clinical centers, 80,000 clinics. Interesting market because since the 90s, first round of digitalization where they moved from paper to digital records, it's been in the hands of a few monopolized providers. There are currently 3 factors shaping that industry now and in the years to come, which is lack of skilled personnel, dramatic, facing an ever-increasing need for healthcare services. That has shifted the attitude towards digitalization, so more openness for digital solutions as well to support this. We are on a mission that no patient request is lost to busy lines, and we currently process 500,000 of those patient requests. We honor 500,000 patient requests for more than 400 happy doctors. We are a strong team, combining expertise in software development, in AI, and in system administration. Combining this with a strong business acumen, and all of us have several years in startup environments and startup endeavors. We look for a committed business angel investment of 500,000 euros, basically to grow the team, to scale up operations and sales. So that next time when you call your clinic, you might hear a dialogue like this, which is actually recorded in one of our customer clinics.
Sie möchten einen Termin buchen. Bitte wählen Sie zunächst Ihren behandelnden Arzt. Für Dr. Edhofer drücken Sie jetzt die Taste 1. Zum Buchen können Sie aus einem der folgenden Termine wählen. 1 am 13. September um 11 Uhr. Um diesen Termin zu buchen, drücken Sie jetzt die Taste 1. Vielen Dank. Ihr gewünschter Termin ist am 13. September. Vielen Dank für Ihren Anruf und auf Wiedersehen.
So simple, so easy. Thank you very much and looking forward to your questions.
So, on point. Now it's time for the Q&A.
Saving time. Michael on stage. Yeah. Okay, up to you.
Yep. How are you thinking about integrating into existing doctor infrastructure, which I know is a pain, and building like your own ecosystem of tools?
Yes, that's exactly the challenge, because that software is mostly from the 90s, so no interfaces, no REST APIs, different world. Yeah, but by now we have built integrations with the 40 most common systems of clinics. Yeah, sometimes through their interfaces, sometimes through their back-end databases, but that is as well our USP on this case. Yeah.
Cool. That means, like in scheduling system, can you also like access the records of the patients that they might be interact with the data?
We can. We don't deal with health-related data in those records, but we can write into the records. Like we write call transcriptions, or when the call has been processed, this can be documented long-term in the clinic software. Yep.
Cool. Awesome.
I would like to add my question also to the records. So on which parameters do you actually choose the dates that you're suggesting to the patients?
Yeah. So what you heard, this example with appointment scheduling, this is working for a few online calendar systems. And there, mostly the clinic determines what kind of appointment will have what kind of window of availability. what time slots are offered for which appointment type.
Okay, and adding to that, like how do you determine the urgency of the caller and their issue?
Yeah. There are several signal words which we can capture, and depending on that, prioritize the call. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Could you tell me a bit about the infrastructure you're using? Because if you access the clinic's computer systems, you have to have either an on-premise installation or a VPN or something similar. Could you talk a bit about that and how complicated that makes sales and setting up a new customer?
Data protection is a huge issue, especially for health-related data. Completely right. As you've seen, our system is hosted in the cloud. It's accessed in a browser by the clinic software, but of course with a login behind the login page and so on. But legally, this is all secured by data protection contracts with the clinics. So where we guarantee certain measures of security we take for that data. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about sales cycles, because obviously now 400 doctors is impressive, so that's really great. Are you, doing door-to-door sales like in the old days? How are you reaching the doctors?
Yeah. I think that's a point for Michael.
But we need a microphone.
I can offer you this one. Okay.
So the sales cycle, yeah. So the medical care market in Germany is a quite thankful market, so we know whom to talk to. There are some customers we call the lighthouse customers. So for example, one very renowned doctor, big medical care center in Munich, he's very well known about his digitalization efforts and his progress. He's now also a customer of us, so we have already now, I don't know if you mentioned it, we have now 500 doctors who already work with us. So we are already mid-later stage startup. And so we don't do right now, we could maybe edit more like social media marketing or such steps we don't do. So we, until now, not. We go directly to some there are bigger networks in Germany, radiologists, so we know whom to talk to. And then we mostly we make our an online demonstration of our product, share the screen with the team of the medical care center, the clinics, and our USP is the direct connection from the cloud service to the local software, and this is very easy to explain. So from our competitor from Berlin, there's one bit bigger competitor, they know the case, we tell our USP, and it happens already on a weekly basis, they're coming into us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So,
good luck.
Our next pitch is from John. He arrived here from Karlsruhe, and he is the founder of Semorai and will pitch about his project today.
Thank you so much. And also, first off, thank you so much to KI Garage and the whole team, and also Thomas for supporting us throughout the last couple of weeks. It really supported us and brought us on the way. Exactly. So my name is John. I'm the CEO and founder of Semorai. And imagine a startup or a company called Fly High with a dedicated team working on the future of mobility. They want to build flying taxis. And in order to become a valuable company, they must reach a point of becoming, have a positive ROI and they know from their past experience that one of the most critical aspects is basically that German manufacturing industry loses €500,000 every single minute due to quality costs. That's 300 billion euros every year. as quality costs rise exponentially, it's crucial to, on one side, define clear specifications and also identify failure potentials as early as the development stage and the research stage. Otherwise, the company is faced with design changes or a lot of and huge quality costs, which could lead to the failure of their mission. To add to the stress of the people and the team, there's other startups working towards the same goal, more regulations from the government, and the most experienced engineers at an age where they are about to retire. So they sit down and discuss and define what specifications their jet should have, what failures can happen, and how likely they are and how they can prevent them. But instead of wasting huge amounts of valuable time on software currently, where they have to type in everything by hand, they can do that automatically with our AI platform. Our AI platform basically checks the spec sheets, if they are complete, if they are consistent, if there's anything to improve. On the other side, they get way faster results in the failure analysis and basically can focus on the in-depth analysis. Furthermore, to get kind of a grasp of how the risk is currently, they can analyze them based on data. Currently, they basically assess them out of their gut feeling and get an even better understanding of how the situation evolves with our real-time risk monitoring throughout whole production and later on product usage. To create this value, the engineers basically upload the data to our web app. They, on the one side, for example, spec sheets or construction data, and our AI extracts all of the information that's crucial and saves that in a knowledge graph. Based on that, it's possible for the AI to understand, for example, construction drawings. It can, for example, in the case of drones, learn, for example, aerodynamics or lightweight construction, and therewith understand the products and the manufacturing processes on the physical level. Through that, it's possible to save up to 80% of the time and enable especially small and mid-sized businesses to use those knowledge-based quality methods where they right now don't have the people to do that. And with that, it's possible to save up to 35% in quality costs and increase the average profit margin by up to 60%. By enabling those companies to do that, it's possible to basically get from bad quality costs to good quality costs, to invest right now into a deeper understanding of the product, and so they have later on lower quality costs. We have a lot of customers currently on the waiting list. We are in a paid pilot with Audi, and there's a big market. It's about 50 billion globally. We have one company that's willing to pay 10K a month for 5 licenses with up to 150K per month. Our founding team has AI experience. We have published 3 AI papers and also have a lot of experience in building AI products. We have sold to companies before. We have a great team of 10 people right now, for example, with Valve as the global head of FMEA at Bosch, with a lot of failure knowledge management experience, and also a great advisory board that supports us as well. We are looking for 400,000 euros to develop the product even further and grow our team. If you want to join, then thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, John. So, time for questions again.
Now it's on. So the first question is, what does your business and model look like? Like, where is your revenue coming from?
Yes, so basically, our AI is based on a license model. So we basically, there's FMEA teams that come together. It's different engineers and an FMEA moderator, and they go through that method to analyze what failures can happen. And all of them need a license to use the product, and they are willing to pay 2K a month per license.
Okay, thank you. Maybe adding to that, how many users do you currently have?
We are currently working with Audi, and it's a little bit disclosed.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Trying to dig deeper into the market perspective, do you market to huge corporations like Audi, or do you also target smaller ones like the startups you showed?
So what we currently encounter is basically that a lot of companies from the automotive sector are interested in that, because the FMEA method that we are automating is mandatory there, and they work a lot with spec sheets. So we are currently going there, and to focus on the small and medium-sized businesses, we basically need a lot of a big database to train our models and to deliver, because in the small and medium-sized businesses there's a lot of diversity.
How are you tackling, because you said that the automotive industry works with spec sheets, so that's text, that's as an input. How do you work with the specific language used and the ontologies of each different part?
Yep. So I'm the CEO. My co-founder Joe, he has a broad experience in AI, and they basically use a self-developed model based on transformers, and based on that, they have trained their own models and are now able to also work in depth with German engineering knowledge.
So you get the data from Audi at the moment, or what's the data you train on?
Yes, so currently what we are basically doing is, on the one side, we are working with the customers and get their data. And on the other side, we are getting a lot of literature. For example, from, we can basically buy books and train them. And also there's a lot of knowledge out in the internet that's freely accessible.
Cool, makes sense. How are you thinking about then going deeper into the value chain, on the one side generating the spec sheets and helping that process, or on the other side going deeper into the quality stuff?
So what we have encountered is that a lot of engineers ask if it's possible, and what we are also trying to build now is basically understanding the construction drawings, and from that automatically transferring them into specifications, so we know when it is complete, when it is fully and clearly defined, and have a big product roadmap ahead of us.
No more questions?
Maybe to add to that, we are also working on a model that basically can connect the knowledge side on the one side and the construction and the physical understanding on the other side. And by combining those two, it's possible to interpret what construction drawings they have outputted, and what failures can happen based on those construction drawings. So currently what they do is doing the FMEA at the end of the production or development cycle. And with that, it's possible to have it run aside of the development cycle, so they can reduce the development time.
Cool. Maybe you can expand a little bit on that, how you then get the data from pre-production or something like that, where actually it's tested back to your system.
Yes, so basically they first off they define the product, and then they do the construction designs, and they can basically upload that via an API, and then we can recommend what they should test and to see how the quality is, and then drag that information back into the risk assessment.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Yeah, and thank you, jury, for your great questions. So now we have a 20 minutes break. We'll continue on 7 o'clock. Enjoy our food. We have already something to eat. And enjoy the drinks and the music. See you later. Thank you for the great music. Applause for our musicians. Yeah, I was a little bit nervous at the first part, and I feel much more comfortable now after everybody said, yeah, you're doing great. I know you say it because I feel nervous, and you can see that. So I'm doing better now, because the next one is Sari. You're going the wrong way, but that's fine for me. He's co-founder and CEO of Visual Abstract. His co-founders and he met at the Mannheim Business School, founded Visual Abstract, and now he will pitch in front of us. So the stage is yours. Have fun.
Thank you, Jansu, for the great introduction. And again, thanks to the Heidelberg team for this really great program. As said, I'm Sari, co-founder and CEO of Visual Abstract, and we say we're changing science communication. We need to know that there is 35 million publications only in medicine, and the community keeps adding 1 million every year. And the issue here, our opportunity, better said, is that this is how research looks like. On the left, research on Springer Nature. Right top, the CEO of one of the biggest pharma companies, apparently presenting something super important. And right down a pic I took on a conference. Super understandable, right, as you see. Fact is, this is how the rest of the world communicates. And we don't need to discuss that these social media platforms are super successful. What we have been asking ourselves is, how does successful content look? What has it in common? Fast to create, easy to understand, and visible to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Visual Abstract, and we convert that into this. Fast to create, easy to understand, visible for everyone. This format, concretely, is a research format. You would find us today already in more than 100 high-impact journals featuring publications. But it's not only research the use case. It can be, and it is, that our B2B customers need easy-to-understand visuals for other markets. Or it can be, and it is, that you need layman language, understandable for everyone, social media, or the end users of our B2B customers, the patients. We have a proprietary technology that is able to search, find, retrieve, analyze, reorganize, write down, combine with a large database of icons we have created, and create the visual abstract that you see on the right. Automated, fast, and scalable. A one-stop solution for research. Let's say the new Canva for research visualization. How do we monetize? Today and within the next 24 months, we'll keep focusing on publishing, where we are already integrating into the publishing process. And on the right, life sciences and B2B, where we sell licenses to pharma, medtech, and biotech companies. The revenue share will be more or less 40 to 60, foreseen. We have provided already visual abstracts into 15 countries around the globe, in 5 continents. And how does that globe look like in means of numbers? We foresee, not we, the studies show that by 2030 we'll have a $70 billion market for content creation. Half of it is graphical and textual, where we are. So that we see an opportunity of 350 million for us within the next 10 years. Today we do 5K monthly revenue. At the end of the year we'll be at 20K monthly revenue, being the main deals, not limited to, but the main deals with Pfizer, LTS Lohmann, and Uniklinikum Heidelberg. We are seeking 800K to achieve, end of next year, 100,000 euros every month on recurrent revenue. And as a small dip, we are applying for 700K in grants. I met, as said already, my co-founders at the Mannheimer Business School. We have all the capabilities to keep scaling and driving this business. Gaurav on the left, architect and designer in 3rd generation in his family. Benito in the middle, 20 years cancer research and medical expertise, Uniklinikum Heidelberg. And myself, 10 years of IT, business, being my last job, strategic consultant at BCG. And since we have still a bit of time, just gonna share our dream with you guys, our patient. 52 seconds we save every time a researcher reads one visual abstract instead of a text abstract. If we multiply this 52 seconds to only the users of nature.com of just 1 month, we are saving 100 years of research within 1 month. That's our patient, that's what drives us. Well, that's it. And my last question is to you, ladies and gentlemen. In which world do you want to live? In world A, where stuff is complicated, or world B, where everything is as easy as it can be? Thank you.
Thank you, Sari. That's great. I wished I had that at the hospital because I wasted a lot of time by reading and nonsense stuff.
Thank you.
Time for questions.
This time I go first. Thank you.
I guess you're the expert, right, in this topic?
Absolutely. Not. But who do you market to? Do you market to the publisher or to the researcher?
Today we are, so it's pay-per-use. The publisher buys from us and the resells, so it's a reselling. And on the other hand are the pharma companies, so it's two, both of them.
Okay.
Can you talk a little bit about your current customers? How much is like the ticket size per customer? I guess I'm interested in that, especially in regards to like sales efficiency. Yeah, because if you have like bigger customers and generating.
So we have for the B2B segment, life sciences, we call them big accounts elephants and medium accounts deers, which I didn't invent. It's apparently from the industry. And here we are selling licenses for 10K a month, but they pay annually. And on the medium sizes, we sell 1K licenses, what they pay also annually. So here we would be talking, let's say, about Pfizer. Here we are talking like a mid-sized medtech company.
Do you have proof points for the right size at the moment? The right side? For like self-onboarding and things like that?
Self-onboarding is still, let's say, a half thing, and we are onboarding them. I need to admit that here the customer acquisition cost is still a bit high, but the plan here is to do self-service platform and go for B2B marketing, so automate it as much as possible.
Cool.
To achieve this 100K that I was talking about.
Yeah. And my second question is about market size. Because you said, I mean, you're going after the market for content creation and graphics. I guess that's a big pitch if your vertical is healthcare graphics. Can you talk a little bit about training it down to the smallest number?
Completely true. So if I would show you the slide a year ago, we would be looking into the scientific, technical, and medical market, which is, let's say, all this publishing with Springer, Elsevier, and so on. And there is a 5 billion market just for content creation. That's that piece. As of this report, there is more or less 14% concretely for content creation in pharma, in medicine, right? But this picture here is not in the next 2 years where we do just medical. This picture is in 10 years when we are medical and this and the other one, so that we cover all the research, not only medical research.
What's this and the other one? Can you give some examples?
Sorry, repeat?
Some examples for this and the other one, different markets that you want to attack.
Not the market, the content, the research. So today we do medicine, which is more or less 1/3 of all the publications worldwide. The second biggest is chemistry, that we are already more or less going. Again, we want to fix that market first. And then you have like, it's one percentile points, like physics or whatever you go after, then it's not only anymore 30% or 40% of the market, it's really like 3%, 4%, so and it goes down.
Cool. How are you thinking about integrating into like learning management systems or generally education?
Education is indeed a great use case for us. I guess I have it somewhere here. I don't have it, sorry. And it is a great use case for us. We are not integrating right now. We do have potential customers that want us to provide information. However, we have already integrated with Spring and Nature 12 months ago when we founded the company. So all these APIs are existent, and we have a lot of REST APIs, retrieving the data from different sites because we need it, right, to search and to find this publication. So short question is we are not integrating right now, but the integration should be technically not a big issue because you have the content creation platform, that is this one, where you create, and then the platform that is able to communicate with all of them. So it's just like an API more.
I have one. Who does the fact-checking of the abstract? So once you created
Good
them,
question. Great guy.
Who does that?
I love this question. No, I love the question. I don't have to, I'll talk to it later to you. So we have 2 points, 2 checkpoints, where the second one is the most important one. The researcher or the author or the guys that are ordering themselves. So we don't have only an AI system that is able to generate this. We do also have an automated system that is, let's say, doing the order management. It sends back to the reviewer and says, please check and tell me if that's good. And that unique data, we use it again to train it because it's the researcher himself.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Saris. Thank you for the pitch. So the next startup is Celekohr. Celekohr, they were the winners of the last demo day. It was a network accelerator, and they had a wildcard for the AI Rise. They are actually from my hometown, Böblingen. So Clemens, the stage is yours.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Hello, my name is Clemens Ried, and we are Celekohr. We make a digital, fast and easy solution for the construction industry, and more specific, in the field of energy consultants. Because of EU regulatories, the climate crisis and the war in the Ukraine, there is a high demand in the field of energy consultants. In Germany, buildings account for 35% of the total energy consumption, and to reduce this, we have experts, the energy consultants. And to support them, we have an annual public fund of 9 billion euros. With this process, we can have a fast and easy process to get down the waste of energy from buildings. But how does the process from energy consultants look like? So first he goes into the house of the customer and looks at the actual state of the building. Then he makes a 3D representation of exactly that building. Then he calculates the energetic value and gives a representation for his customer. And for this, he accounts 1,800 to 2,500 euros per order. To capture the 3D data, there's different methods. So he can go in the house and make a 3D scan, or he takes the measurements with a laser-based rangefinder. Or the most common way is he takes the floor plan of the building and redraw it in a CAD software. And you can see all of these methods are really time-consuming, and we thought there must be a faster way. So we built a web platform where our customers can upload the plan. Our AI model then detects features like walls, windows, and doors, and this is all the features the energy consultant needs to know. And we make a 3D model automatically exactly out of this plan. So the energy consultants can then purchase the 3D model directly in the web platform, download it in industry standard formats, and implement it in his known workflow. Our price model is based on the complexity of the plan and the layers of floor plans. So with our solution, we can bring down the complete process to around 30%. And in whole Germany, we can then rebuild 150,000 buildings more. But why is this important? So to reach our climate goals, we have to energetic redevelopment 1 million houses per year. And at the moment, we are at 500,000. So with our solution, we can close the gap a bit. We, in test calls and with our pilot customers, we figured that 5 of 10 energy consultants want to have our tool as fast as possible. So we will grow the company in the next 4 years from 3 to to 23 persons and calculate with a total revenue of 23 million. Our roadmap, we developed now for 1 year our MVP. We'll launch it in August, and 2024 we will grow the company. At the end of the presentation, we will have a short look on the team. It's Nikias Hess. He's responsible for software development, gained working experience at EY. Florian Korb is responsible for sales, customer relationship, worked in the sales department of Festo. And my name is Clemens Ried. I'm responsible for marketing, UI, UX design, and worked at Mercuris. So we have a market that's ready for the product. We have a product that's ready for the market, and we are ready to grow. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Clemens. So now it's time for some questions.
What's the output of the product exactly? Because if a service company, I get it, gets a CAD model out of that as an object file, but essentially what you want to do in the future is like do the whole service, right? So what maybe at the moment is the output, and how can you develop the product so that you can essentially do everything that the agency does at the moment?
So in the first step, our output is the usable 3D model. So we have this industry standard format is IFC, and the energy consultant needs just all the measurements of the walls, the windows, and the doors, and also the materials. We cannot detect materials from plans, so he has to like make our model a bit more intelligent. Then there is a calculation core from Fraunhofer. That's what all software developers use. And in the future, we could also exactly use this calculation core to like build up the whole process. Yes.
Cool. And how are you actually developing the product at the moment? Are you speaking to customers? Maybe you can give us some context around that.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a few pilot customers, and we meet them every second week to show what we are developing. It's all energy consultants for sure. And they say us what we have to develop, what they need for their product.
How many of them are there?
We have exactly one larger company who is really willing to help us. I don't know, we send it like just a spreadsheet to see if this idea is valid for our customers. And they were just calling and mentioned, okay, we need this product. When can you develop? When can you deliver? And that's why we have a really good connection with them. They're also here in Stuttgart. They're 23 energy consultants. And yeah, we call them like every second week and like are in close contact. Yeah, because they also want to develop like an app for managing their clients. So to have a faster way to manage the clients. And then they want to implement our software, so they have like a management tool for the client and also a faster way to make the energy consultants, and then they can really streamline the process.
That makes sense. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what the product looks like in the future, even more, because I think if you talk to the other guys who do scanning and actually know what the materials are, maybe you can do a little bit more than that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's really with the core technology, there's a bunch of ways you can go. I mean, you can say, okay, energy consultants, I mean, it's a kind of a small market for sure, but to understand house plans gives you the market of like architects who had to rebuild houses, but also to understand how technical plans are made and how informations get extracted from a technical plan. You can go to like the whole industry of car industry or manufacturers. They have also CD plans or things they have to rebuild, and yeah. So it's architecting, it's architect, it's design. You can go for instance. But we will want to focus on a small market. yeah, because it's easier to understand also what I meant, these features in a technical plan for an energy consultant, it's just 3 features they need to know. So we have doors, walls, and windows, and a neural network to train on these features, it's easier than to say, yeah, we train on every feature out of the markets, and then, I don't know, we need 5 years to develop something.
Thank you. How accurate are the results? I learned that I need 2 to 4 hours to build it myself manually. Yeah. How much rework is needed at the moment?
Sorry?
How much rework is needed when you get the result from the model?
This is really a great time that you ask now the questions and then 2 weeks before, because Florian developed, I think on Monday or Tuesday, or released the new AI, and it's really impressive. So it's now the walls at 90 and 80%. For sure, we have also true, false, false, true, and true, positive. But yeah, at the moment, it's really super cool.
Thank you. Great. So and now we come to the last pitch. Our last pitcher is Philip. He is from the startup Kimoknow, and in the morning he was in Paris, and now he arrived to Stuttgart and will pitch for us. The stage is here, Philip.
Hi, I'm Philip, and I'm one of the 3 founders of Kimoknow. I'm going to talk today about how we are empowering companies to make use of AI vision. But first things first, why do companies want AI vision? Well, it solves many of their current challenges. For example, manufacturing processes. With real-time inspection, AI vision allows to reduce manual errors. Or by automating repetitive tasks, operational efficiency can be increased. Or by detecting potential failures, we can make machines easier and safer to use. And there are many more applications of AI vision. And companies are aware of the benefits. So why are they not using AI vision? Well, oh no, yes, the entry barriers are high. AI applications require substantial investment in hardware, software, and the right talent. And there is not a single point where to start. There are many AI offerings, but to find the right solution is time demanding. And that's where we want to come in. We empower companies to build their own AI vision applications themselves with individual and scalable AI object recognition. All tools provided in one place with intuitive and streamlined workflows so that everyone can use it, and substantial cheaper than current solutions. We are combining all essential components into one platform. Train your AI vision models, develop the application, and apply ready-to-use solutions. Let's take a look on how this would look like. Imagine Tom, a mechanic working for a global operating service company. A simple AI assistant that just documents what he's seeing on a daily basis would help him immensely. We are empowering his team to build such an assistant. With automated training, they can detect their own parts. With our tools from the dev area, they can build the application around it and then transfer the results into their existing resource system with a pre-built plugin. So that's the beauty of the all-in-one system, for which we have a simple and transparent pricing scheme in place. Currently, we have a price of 150 euros per month per user. Now, Tom is one of 20,000 technicians in his company. Providing each of them with such a solution would result in 3 million recurrent revenue for us per month. Now, across different branches, we see the total addressable market at around 70 billion, for which the most promising segments currently are at 206 million. We are confident to obtain up to 20% in the near future. The component that is needed the most is the affordable training of vision models, and that's what we're solving right now. With the help of the European Union, we managed to reduce training time and cost drastically. We gained trust in several projects over the last years and have multiple companies supporting our technological advancement. But why are they talking to us? Well, most competitors are only focused on one part of the AI value chain. Others have good but complex solutions in place. We are making this much more easier, much more affordable, and we provide a platform for open collaboration. For that, you need the right team. That starts with us as founders. That's Lukas, Aaron, and myself. We founded Kimoknow together a few years ago at the KIT. And over the years, we've built the tools that are now the foundation of the platform. We saw the market grow and realized its potential. But we also realized that now velocity is key. The market is in global competition, and we require a strong and dedicated partner with the right network to achieve our next milestone of 1,000 users. That's why we're looking for a seed funding round of 1.6 million euros to advance our technology, go to market with our current tools, and develop our brand. So let's innovate together. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you for your pitch. And the last round of the Q&A.
Thank you for your presentation, Philip. So I'm wondering, how does your software work? Is it an on-premise solution? Is it a cloud-based solution?
It's a cloud-based solution.
And how do you ensure that data is not shared between companies?
That's the thing. IP is always a big question in the beginning, but we are ensuring this because we don't need the CAD data from our clients or for our customers, only for the training. So when you're training something with our platform, we usually transform the data into a state where it's not like it's no value inside except the 2D visions from before. So there is no intellectual property loss or like can be stolen from outside. So we're ensuring this from the early stage on.
Okay, thank you.
Can you talk a little bit more about who the user is of the product at the end of the day? Like you described a team that will help the service technician
Yes.
to do his job better. Can you describe how those users will use the product and
Yes.
maybe also how they will get the data? Because I guess for some use cases that could be quite challenging.
To get the data, you mean? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Because the companies we're working with are usually like manufacturing companies, so they have the CAD data in place. So that's not a problem. And they're able to share it, and they want to share it under the right circumstances. Our end user in the end for the applications could be differently. It's the factory worker, the logistic worker, someone who is benefiting from the application in the end. The platform itself has, of course, different customer types on it. Provider, integrator, and the user, which I just described.
Who's the user of the product who's building then the application with your infrastructure?
We want to break it so much down that even the service worker could build the solution. So because he knows what, like in his daily business, what application could be the best for him. So we want to break it down like that. Especially for a small and medium-sized company, this is like the reason why we are in talks with them. For bigger companies, it's more like, okay, we are choosing 1 or 2 services which are just cheaper for us than to build around our own components.
So what's in the technology? Do you have like some system where from the CAD data that you get as an input, you generate like real-life images with different shades and everything,
Exactly.
so you can train on that?
That's our core technology. So like I said, we did it together with the European Union, like got funding for that. And what we can do is like generate based on or we can generate up to 50 million images in less than 10 minutes, which saves up to 98% of the data generation cost. And because we're doing this like in synthetic area, we can add different shadings, different lightnings, different environments. You could do even some failures on the product, like whatever, like a hole or something that could be done. It's not where we are right now, but we basically built up the system to generate a lot of data, which solves a lot of the problems at the beginning.
Thank you. I think the technology is pretty impressive. What I would like to challenge is the maturity of your potential customers, because you started in the beginning with the problem that vision is too complicated and there are too many options, and you're adding an option. So is this new option easy enough to use?
That's the thing. We have multiple options, multiple solutions, but they're always like targeting only one thing at a time, or like one thing at the AI value chain. By giving him giving our customers one point where they get all of that, this is what we heard back is like very interesting for them. So because you have different AI offerings already, but you have to combine them to get the full picture. And usually we're speaking with a lot of small and medium-sized enterprises. That's a lot of effort and requires already a lot of expertise, because knowing which steps are required for the AI application in the end, yeah, you require knowledge already then for that. One more question.
Who's the buyer of the product? Who do you sell this to in the organization?
That depends if we're speaking with small and medium-sized enterprises or like with bigger companies. We've been talks with innovation managers and with C-level people. So they're usually like quickly realizing the potential. Yeah, it depends which customer, like which interest we are speaking with.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So applause again for our startups and for our jury. Thank you that you're here. Yeah. We had 7 really good and really different topics, and now it's up to you. My colleague will take you to the backstage, and there you can just discuss who is the winner team. Thank you. So, to the startups, now you can exhale, now you can relax, now you can have drink and food, enjoy the music, and I'm speaking for the whole KI Garage team when I say we are really proud of you, what you did today compared to the kickoff meeting. You're incredible, you made it incredible way. Yeah, and it can be really challenging to face a live audience after 3 years of pitching in Zoom, right? And now it's time for a break, and we will meet in 30 minutes again. So thank you for your time, and see you in 30 minutes. Thank you. Applause for our musicians. Really good. It's hard to decide who's the winner, so they are still backstage fighting. Hi. I'm looking for the jury. I'm looking for my colleagues. Where are you guys? Hello? Yeah, welcome back, everyone. And I hope somebody will appear in the background and give me the sign that the jury is ready. So we had 7 away-some pitches tonight, and in the end we can only announce one winner. Okay.
I guess we just go to the party and skip the party.
Yeah. Yeah, the startups are ready. We have a after hour session, dancing session or something, right?
Karaoke.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, would you join to karaoke, Thomas? Yeah. Yeah, I feel much more confident on the stage now. At the first time it was a little bit confusing because I can't see anybody here. But now I'm feeling really comfortable. Yes. And I don't know what to say now. I really please come and listen to me during saying nothing. Oh, I just have bad jokes. Okay, I think they're ready and they're coming. So applause for the 7 startups. Thank you, guys. You were incredible. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the 9 weeks. And you're really great. Yeah, and before we announce the winners, my colleague Carolyn and I, we have a small request. So Carolyn, please come on stage. She's here. Applause for Carolyn. Yeah, we both are new at the team, at the KI Garage team. I started in March, and you 2 months later in May, yes. I had the opportunity to be active at the accelerator, and you made today possible. So thank you for everything. She's the person who made everything in the background with the other colleagues. So thank you, guys. But what we want to say, just I was someone's successor, she's someone's successor. That means one person in our team will leave. And this demo day actually is one of his last working days. And we wanted to take the opportunity to say something. Patrick. So, yeah, thank you for everything. Yeah, come on the stage, come on. Applause for Patrick. Thank you for everything. Thank you that you were so patient in the last weeks, that you showed us everything. We needed that. And I hope we can hold, or I'm sure we can hold the KI Garage level. And what we want to say is, we not hope, we expect you that you stay in our ecosystem. So that's not a goodbye, that's more like a different way to say welcome again. Thank you for everything, Patrick. Big applause.
Thank you so much.
But I'm not a winner. So.
You are the winner. So Patrick, you did a really great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and now it's time to crown the winners. I want the jury on the stage, please. So again, applause for our jury and for the great job they did. Yeah, you can just grab the microphones. We will start with a 3rd place.
Just in the name?
Yeah, you can. We can do like.
I don't have. Not a man of. Hello, hello. Yeah, not a man of too much words. The 3rd winner is.
Kimoknow.
Yeah, Philip, come on the stage. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So is there something you want to say?
Yeah, I can say
Yeah, we can just grab a microphone.
Yes, first of all, thanks for the KI Garage. That was a really amazing 9 weeks here, but a lot of fun. And yeah, there are a lot of great teams. All of you have amazing ideas. So yeah, be successful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, now I'm happy to present the second place. The second place goes to Semorai. Yeah.
Hey, John. Yeah, the whole team. Please. Please, please, please. Congratulations to you all. Do you want to say something? Yeah, you need to say something now.
Thank you so much. We are really pleased to be a part of this program, and we really enjoyed being here with you. It was a really great event also tonight, networking, and we really look forward to talk to you later on as well. Thank you, and also thank you for your evaluation.
Great. And now the first.
Well, last but not least, we would like to present the winner of this evening. Please welcome again Visual Abstract.
Sari, come on the stage. Great job. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Nice surprise. Usually people grab a bit difficultly what we do because it's like a niche, so really surprised and thanks a lot. But my best thanks is to Heidelberg and the Rhein-Neckar community. I mean, you guys do such a great job. And now again, Patrick, I didn't know you are leaving. I'm crying, man. But yeah, let's keep in touch. Thanks to the whole team. Thank you.
You can keep in touch. You can still be contacted. He is our ecosystem now, so he will stay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, it's my decision.
Okay, cool.
No,
cool. Thank you.
Maybe he will be a mentor in the next accelerator. Yeah.
Great job, Patrick.
Yeah, I'm trying to force him, like, yes. Great.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody. So, thank you to the Baden-Württemberg Stiftung. Thank you to the Wiesemann team, to Stefan Hebrig and all the other guys there, and thank you to the whole KI Garage team who made that possible. Thank you. I wish you a really good evening. Enjoy the networking, and I hope to see you in the next demo day. Have a nice day. And now we have some time for pictures. Yeah. Is that right? Now is the